Good morning, everybody. So we're going to do a lower body stretch. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start. One of the things I found out is I used to start with my hamstrings, but I found out that when you do your adductors first, you really feel your hamstrings. So we're gonna reverse our thing and do it that way now. So sitting down on the floor, I want you to put your feet, the bottoms of your feet together and let your knees fall outwards. And then I want you to bring your heels towards your groin area, okay? And I know that it's going to be hard. Some of you might be up here. That's okay. We all started there. Trust me. We all did. So you just want to relax and let those knees fall together. So we're stretching the adductors, okay? You can even sit and push down. Use your elbows, use your hands, push down. And we're just going to go ahead and try to stretch those adductors out. Okay, we can even lean forward and stretch your arms out. That really gets in there, digs down in, feels fantastic. Okay. Oh yes, we're stretching those adductors out. So where's my foam roller? Get your foam roller out. Okay. And I want you to, on the floor, you're going to be laying down on the floor, and I want you to put your foam roller down between your pubic area and your thigh, inner thigh, and I want you to roll back and forth on it, okay? It's kind of awkward for me up on this table, but I want you to roll all the way out to your knee, okay? And you can keep yourself on your elbows while you do it. If it's too painful for you, take a towel, take a bath towel, and just flop it over top of your foam roller, and that will give you a nice cushion so that it's not going to be quite as painful. I'm not going to lie, when they're really super tight, those adductors, it will hurt. Do your best to roll this out. Find the spots that hurt and hover over those areas. Each time you pass over, it will get less painful, especially with each pass and with each session that you do for yourself. So if you're stretching twice a day, you're going to get really great results. Like if you can do this in the morning to get yourself going and then stretch again in the evening before you go to bed, you know, that will really help relax you. The stretching in the morning helps get you going, and the stretching in the evening helps wind you down, believe it or not. It's really great for you. So you just find those areas. It could be that you're really tender right where your attachment, where your origin in your muscles from your adductors are at the pubic area, the pelvic bone, and then the belly of the muscles right here in the center, and then there's the attachment at the knee. So you want to hit all those areas, okay? And you might want to do like 5 or 6 passes back and forth. This is a great thing to do while you're watching TV. You know, if you're binge watching a show or something, get down on the floor and stretch those adductors. Put yourself to good use while you're entertaining yourself. You won't notice it nearly as bad. And you'll notice the change in your posture and in the way you feel and the way you are doing things, because you're helping to relax the muscles of your body. We're actually rolling out the lactic acid that's been stuck in these muscles because they've been working 24/7 to try to stabilize, you know, your hips, your SI joint and such. And because they're working all the time, they just don't get a break. So the lactic acid just backs up, and that's why they get so stiff and sore, because of the lactic acid. And there's also dead blood cells floating around in those muscle fibers, so it's hanging them all up. That's why you feel the pain when you hover over a spot. You're pushing all that out of there. Make sure you drink a lot of water after you've stretched and rolled out, so that you switch over to the other side, so that you can flush all of that nastiness out of your system, so that you don't feel sick from it, because it's toxin. Okay. Yes, my puppy is a nuisance, and I'm sorry, but if I close her up, she barks. If I let her roam, she just gets her face in the way. I I'd rather see her face quietly than listen to her crying and screaming and yapping in the background. Her name is Baby Cakes. Okay, so we want to do like I said, 5 or 6 passes. Find those spots and roll them out. It's a lot easier on the floor when you don't have to stay on a table, but it's too much for me to move this table around, do things on the floor. Okay, so if you need to pause me and roll yourself out real good, that's a really great idea. Put me on pause and continue to roll. Roll your hips out and roll not your hips, your adductors out. If you're ready to move on, then we're going to do that right now. Another thing we can roll out with the roller is our quads, believe it or not. So we can go ahead and get on there with both legs and roll. Using your elbows, go all the way to the tops of your knees. Roll out the tops of your knees and then go back to the center of the belly of the muscle and then work your way up to where your pelvic bone is and then go back down again. This helps a lot press out all that toxic stuff I was just telling you about a minute ago in your adductors. It happens in all your muscles when they're overworked. The lactic acid gets backed up. It's like having a kitchen sink that gets backed up. It's not pretty. Okay. So you want to do like 5 or 6 passes with this one. Really relax those quads. Okay. We're still going to stretch our quads, but this is we're kind of priming ourselves right now with this roller. We primed ourselves with our adductor stretches at the beginning and then rolling out, and now we're rolling out our quads. Now we're going to start stretching the rest of our, okay? Excuse me. Okay, so now we're going to grab our harness. And this is a harness that we were using to exercise and to stretch with on our upper body. And now we're going to stretch our lower body with it. So we're going to go ahead and lay down. And I'm going to start with my right leg, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to place our right foot in the harness. We've got our left leg flat on the ground. And then we're going to slightly bend knee. Okay, we don't want to have our knee like this. Now, if you feel like you're tight and you want to, you can do this and just stretch behind your knee a little bit if you feel like it's tight. Okay, and just kind of limber that up and get it going before we do the stretch. Now, once you like go like that and then do that like 3 or 4 times, you should feel it. If it's still bothering you, keep doing it until you don't feel it bothering you as bad. That's just a tight spot. It's behind your knee. But then you're going to go ahead and bend your knee slightly, okay? And then you're going to pull your foot over your head. Our goal is to get this knee to touch your shoulder, okay? So of course, right away you're tight because we've been doing our thing, our daily stuff, or sleeping all night, or whatever. Our muscles need to be limbered up. So we're going to push away, and we're going to let our foot go away from our body, okay? And then we're going to relax, and then we're going to bring our foot back up, and then we're going to see if we can get that knee to that shoulder. I got a little closer. So let's go ahead and do it again. Push away. Okay, so it's about a 10-second push away. I go till I get to the end of my harness, and then I relax. Okay, now I'm going to bring it back in, and again. And now I'm going to go ahead and contract. And then come back up, relax, and then go back into a new final stretch. So we're contracting 3 times. Okay, very good. Now we're going to bring this foot forward, just the right foot, wrap it around the side of your body, grab your ankle with your left hand, lay your harness down on your chest, grab your knee with your right hand, and I want you to bring that leg towards your body. The goal is we want to get this inside, we want it to get so you're supposed to be able to bring your ankle and your knee to your shoulders, okay? But I know a lot of you, and I've been there with you, you know, you're stuck way out here. That's okay. It's okay. We're here to improve. That's all that there is to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to contract, relax, okay? So if you hold on to your leg and your knee and your ankle, you just push away, like out at an angle from your body. It's pushing equally with your ankle and your knee outwards at an angle. And then we're going to hold that for about 10 seconds and we're going to relax and we're going to bring it in again. Okay, so you're feeling your gluteus medius and gluteus minimus. Okay, so these are the 2 smaller glute muscles. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to contract again, pushing away. And then we're going to relax. And then we're going to go in again. Nice stretch. Relax. Now we're going to contract for the 3rd and final time. Relax and final stretch. Now another way that you can stretch this is you can sit up if you're on the foot of a bed or sitting on a couch. Bring your left leg off the edge of the couch. Keep your foot up on the bed out in front of you and just bend down. Collapse right over top of your ankle. Your right ankle will go to your left shoulder and your right knee will go to your right shoulder. So that's what you're trying to do. So that's 2 different ways you can stretch the gluteus minimus and medius, okay? Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the gluteus maximus, okay? So foot up in the air, right foot up in the air, left foot's laying flat on the floor. Now I want you to bend your leg, bend your knee, bring that foot down, grab your foot, keep your foot parallel to the ceiling. Okay, the bottom of the foot's flat to the ceiling, so it's parallel. And I want you to bring the knee down to the floor along the right side of your body, okay? Can't get to the floor, that's okay. You're stretching your gluteus maximus, and that's what we're here for. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get a little deeper stretch. So grab a hold of your harness and push straight up towards the ceiling. Hold for 10 seconds. Now relax. Bring the foot back down. Grab the foot. See if you can get that knee to the floor. It's okay if you can't get the knee to the floor because we're just stretching the glute. If you can't get your knee to the floor, it's because your glutes are super tight. That's a problem. We've got to get those glutes to relax. They shouldn't be that stiff and sore, okay? So let's go ahead and grab the harness, push up against the harness, straight up towards the ceiling. Pushing, 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 pushing. Now we're relaxing and we're grabbing our foot and we're bringing it back down and seeing if we can touch the floor. Okay, let's do one more time. I can't remember if this is the 3rd time or if I've only done it twice. I can't remember. We're doing it again, just in case. All right, and back down again. Okay. So you should feel that in the glute. Now we're going to pick that foot up, cross it across your body. Okay, bend the knee. Bring the foot down on the outside of the left knee. So the right ankle is on the outside of the left knee. We've got the harness over the top of the, I'm gonna roll this way, over the top of the right knee, and we've got a hold of it with our left hand. Now we're gonna go ahead and pull down towards the floor, rolling this right hip up off the floor, okay? And then take your right arm and extend it straight up and out at an angle so that you're stretching your shoulder, your right shoulder, and your right hip and waist area. Okay. Whew. All right. Another thing we can do with this right leg while we still got it is bring our leg out to the side. And you want to get a 90-degree angle. So you want to pull up. Okay. You can contract against this, contracting and relaxing. And this is stretching your adductors, okay? Contracting, relaxing, contracting, and relaxing. Okay? You can also stretch your vastus lateralis. See that? Okay, now we're going to go to the left leg. Okay. Left leg up in the air, right leg straight down to the floor, parallel with the floor, and then you got your left foot up in the air. Remember, if we want to warm up our, oh, wait a minute. Thank you, Mr. Cameraman. I don't know what you're doing, but okay, so now we're going to go ahead and, if we need to warm up this knee, okay, you might be feeling something tight on the sides or the back. So this is the way to play it safe if you need to, just a little bit. Okay, see, tightness goes away. All right, now we're going to have this knee slightly bent. I'm going to show you my knee so that you can see that it's slightly bent. Okay, and now we're going to bring that foot up over our head. All right, and if my face disappears, then the camera goes over to Mr. Bones over there. Okay, now we're going to contract, so we're pushing away from our body and we're holding on to the harness as we're pushing away. And we're relaxing, we're bringing it back in. Oh, this feels so good. Now relax, now we're going to go ahead and contract, 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 contract. And relax and bring it back in. Okay, we're contracting. This is the last contract. And then we're going to go ahead and reel it back in for our final stretch. Oh, that feels good. Now we're going to come across our body, grab our ankle with our right hand, lay our harness down, knee with our left hand, and bring that, oh, that feels good. Bring that ankle and that knee in towards your body. Contract, pushing out with your knee and your ankle equally against your hands. Relax, go back in for a new stretch. Contract, pushing against your hands with your knee and your ankle equally. Relax, go in for a new stretch. You should be feeling it a little better each time you do this, and you might even notice that you're getting a little closer to your body as you're doing this, okay? One more time, contract. And then we're going to relax and bring it in. Okay, don't forget the other thing we can do is we can sit up. If we're on a couch or on the edge of the bed, bring your right leg down and bring your keep your ankle and your knee up on the bed or the couch, and then just go down right over top of them using gravity, shoulder to the knee, shoulder to the ankle, and you're stretching that gluteus medius and minimus. And that feels good, okay? Now we're going to do our gluteus maximus. Okay, so back on the table we are. I want you to see my knee so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, now we're going to bring that foot parallel to the ceiling. And we're going to bring the foot down so I can grab it with my hands. And we're going to bring the knee to the floor, okay? If you can't get to the floor, it's okay. That's the range of motion you should be able to have, okay? Go ahead and push upwards with your foot, holding on to the harness. You're contracting, 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 and then we're relaxing, and then we're bringing the foot back down, grabbing it, seeing if we can get the knee to the floor, okay? And we're going to go back up, contract for 10 seconds. Okay, relax. Bring the foot back down to grab it and bring that knee towards the floor. Okay, we're stretching those glutes. Okay. Now we're going to do a final contract. This is the last one. Contracting upwards. Okay, now we're relaxing and bringing the knee to the floor. Final time. Okay, now we're going to bring the foot across our body onto the outside of the right knee. Wrap that harness around the top of the left knee and grab it with your right hand, and then rotate that hip off the floor by pulling this knee down to the floor with the harness. Extending your left arm and stretching. This is one of my favorite stretches. I feel fabulous while I'm doing it. Woohoo! Okay. Now I believe we talked about also doing the adductors while you're laying here. Straight leg. And you should be able to get your leg out to 90 degrees plus. And you can always contract by pushing downwards. And then relax and then go back out. And then pushing again, contracting. And then relaxing and bringing it back out. And then contracting. And then relaxing for the final time. Okay. And we can bring it over. And we're stretching. So just bring it towards the floor with your right hand. Bring the harness towards the floor. We're stretching the vastus lateralis. If you're laying on the side of a bed, you can just let your foot hang over a straight leg, and that gravity will also do that for you. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to stretch our quads. We already rolled them out, so stretching them will be a good thing to do. And we don't need this one. It's okay. So put this harness to the side. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and lay on your side. I'm laying on my left side. I'm going to do my right foot first. So you want to grab your foot and get your heel to your glute. See that? Now some of you, I've noticed, you'll grab your foot and your knee will be out in front of you. Once you get your foot, hold a hold of your foot, I want you to take your knee and rotate it down so that it is directly under your hip so that you're lined up. This is going to be stretching your quad for you, okay? And that's what we're trying to do. You can contract by pushing against your own hand with your foot and relax, and then going for a new stretch. Okay, contracting and relaxing and heel to glute. Contracting 3 times. Relaxing and heel to glute. Make sure that knee is rotated down. Don't let it be up in front of your hips. Let it be directly in line with your hips. Okay, right underneath your hips. All right, now we're going to do the back side. Okay, so we're going to get on your right hip, and you're going to go ahead and grab your foot. Make sure that that knee is rotated. Uh-oh, my camera. My camera. All right, I'm going to have to do it this way. Make sure you're, there we go. Knee is underneath your hip. Contract. You're just pushing against your own hand. Pushing down. Relax. Okay. And you can feel it. Contract. And relax. Bring that knee back down. Make sure that you're stretching the quad. Contract. And relax. Okay. And now, if your knees don't bother you, you can do this one here, where you just sit on your feet. If your feet and your ankles are okay with this and your knees are okay with this, you can do this one where you just stretch your quads this way. For you people with restless legs, especially ladies, when you're wearing high heels and your tibialis bugs you, the fronts of your, like your shins, if you're getting restless legs at night because you've worn your high heels and your legs are tired, so they're jumping, I found that you just do this exercise or stretch right here. You get on the floor and do this, and then you pick up one of your knees while you're still sitting on your feet, and it stretches the tendons of your toes, and it stretches the tibialis muscle. And then you come down and you do the other side. When I first started doing this, I could barely get my knee up. So I'm getting better as I've gotten more flexible. And it used to be like when I would have restless legs, I would do that and my leg would jump as I was stretching it. And then the next time I did it, it wouldn't jump. But you can do this 3 times on each side. I just take a turn on each side 3 times and it feels fantastic. Okay. And so that stretches the tops of the tendons of the toes right here, right across the front of the ankle. It stretches all of that for you, and then up into the tibialis muscles, which is where you're getting your restless leg from. These guys they're working too hard and they're spasming, so it's like you're laying there to relax and to go to sleep at night, and then these muscles are jumping because they were overworked, usually because you've worn high heels and you were standing on your toes, and they don't like that for a very long period of time. So just do that stretch, and it really does help. It's just a little secret I just thought I'd share with you. Okay. All right. You should be feeling fantastical right about now. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Let me find my little doodad and I'll turn you guys off and set you free. Enjoy your programs. Get yourself into alignment, back into balance, and then you'll graduate to the full body workout with Gary. Okay. Have a great day. Bye.